Good morning, Kimberly Panthers. This is Mr. Sally welcoming you to another exciting week of virtual and in-person learning at Kimberly Elementary School, where we strive to build hope in action, belief in action, success in action. During homeroom, students should quickly finish their breakfast and ensure that they have all their materials for learning. Instruction will begin at 8 a.m. promptly for both our in-person and virtual students. Here are some expectations for a successful virtual learning experience for our boys and girls who are joining us at home. Make sure that you get out of bed daily for school, that you find a table to sit at that is clean and organized, that you find a quiet place for learning, you keep your technology charged, and you store your technology in a safe place when not in use. Most importantly, get dressed and have breakfast prior to school starting. For our in-person boys and girls, make sure that you are following all of our safety mitigation strategies of wearing a mask daily that covers both your nose and your mouth, sitting behind your desk shield at all times unless your teacher gives you permission to do otherwise. Maintain social distancing in classrooms, hallways, and the cafeteria. Use only your supplies, do not share them with others. Wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use sanitizer when soap and water are not available. Ensure your devices are shut down and fully charged overnight. Bring your headsets to school and device charging cables. Have parents complete the daily attestation form. Bring a water bottle as fountains are turned off, and do not come to school if you're sick. Looking at our weather for this week of February the 8th through the 12th, it looks like we're going to have rain most of the week except for today. So today will be a nice sunny day, partly sunny with highs of 58. Tomorrow, the weather will start getting warmer, but we'll have rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So our boys and girls who will be waiting at the bus stop, make sure you bring your umbrellas. Looking at our weekly specials rotation and upcoming events for the week, Monday is a specials day 4, Tuesday's a specials day 5, Thursday we go back to specials day 1, and Friday is specials day 2. Some upcoming events. We want to welcome, first off, our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade boys and girls who elected for face-to-face learning who are coming back into our building today. Welcome, boys and girls. We missed you. On Wednesday, of course, is asynchronous day. So for our K2 students, you're used to knowing that you don't come to school on Wednesday. But our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade boys and girls, even though you're coming to school today, your school days will only be Mondays and Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, because Wednesdays are asynchronous for all of our boys and girls, and our school building will be closed. We have our next Principals Chat and Chew for the month of February taking place this Thursday, but it will take place in the evening at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live. Next week, Monday, is a professional learning day, so there'll be no school for students. So boys and girls, next week, you'll have no school on Monday and continue to have your asynchronous day on Wednesday. And next Wednesday, we have our Go Team meeting where we will finalize our budget. So for all of our parents who want to know about what's going on with our budget at Kimberly Elementary School, tune in with us on Facebook Live at 4 o'clock next week. Our IB Learner profile for the month of February is Communicator. We express ourselves confidently and creatively in more than one language and in many ways. We collaborate effectively, listening carefully to the perspectives of other individuals and groups. Our students of the month for the month of January, which was Risk Taker, are in Miss Sumter's pre-K class, Liam. In kindergarten, we have Brian and Logan. In 1st grade, we have Ariel and Cash. 2nd grade, we have Jarvis, Hunter, and Angeli. In third grade, we have Mackenzie and Andrew. In fourth grade, Makila and Santonio. In fifth grade, Benny. And in our multi-age class, Elizabeth. If you did not see your teacher's class listed there, it's because your teacher didn't submit their names by the deadline. Make sure you remind them when the counselor sends out that notice to submit your name, because I know that each of you are working hard to be identified as our student of the month. Want to say happy birthday to the following Kimberly Panthers: Zamarius celebrating his birthday on the 29th, Marcus and Christian celebrating their birthdays on the 10th, Aaliyah on the 11th, Damari on the 13th, Chandler and Jasmine and Lanice all celebrating their birthday on Valentine's Day, the 14th, and our staff members, Miss Jones in third grade, celebrating her birthday on the 11th, as well as third grade teacher Miss McCoy on the 12th. Happy birthday, Kimberly Panthers. And now for a few announcements. We are continuing to recognize African American History Month during the month of February. I'm sure that all of your teachers are highlighting for you influential African Americans. If you have one that you'd like to talk about, bring it up with your teacher. I'm sure they'll take a moment to have an African American History Month moment. Our SEL focus for the week is the book Mirror Face. This week, we're going to focus on the kind words and actions that make us responsible decision makers for our own wellness. We could all use a little more kindness right now, and it begins from within. So, based on Mirror Face, a newly published book on self-love for children by Jordan Gillen and Michael Tyler, in this week's lessons, students will not only do activities to promote self-kindness, but end each day by completing a Mirror Face challenge at home. This will also culminate on Wednesday, February the 17th at noon in honor of World Kindness Day. There's going to be a live Facebook Live session at www.facebook.com/Atlanta Public Schools, where you'll have an opportunity to celebrate and acknowledge more events like this. So this is what this will look like. On day one, you're going to take deep breaths and give yourself a hug and close your eyes. Then you're going to repeat this to yourself 3 times. I know that I am who I am to me. I know I'll become what I want to be. Let me say that one more time. I know that I am who I am to me. I know I'll become what I want to be. And on day 2, you're going to think about what your name means to you. You're going to write down that definition in the middle of a piece of paper. Then, with crayons or markers, you're going to write your name in as many colors, shapes, and sizes as you can. Fill the whole page with that. On day 3, which is Wednesday, you're going to place your hands over your heart. You're going to close your eyes and use your imagination to look inside your heart and find the dreams you have for yourself. Picture the places you want to go. See all the things you want to do. And when you're done, you're going to draw what you saw in your heart on a piece of paper. On day 4, you're going to tell a classmate these 3 things. 1, something you really love about yourself. 2, something you did that made you feel good about yourself. And 3, something you did for someone else that made you feel good for doing it. And last but not least, on day 5, we're going to lead with love and wear our hearts on our sleeves. So we're going to cut out a heart-shaped piece of paper about the size of the palm of our hand. We're going to write or draw on your heart something you want people to know about you or about what you wished for. And third, you're going to tape your heart to your sleeve and wear it with pride. So again, this week, it's all about self-love, love, esteem, acceptance, discovery, expression, and respect. I do want to continue reminding our boys and girls to have your parents to text Fluency to 900-900, open and download the free Kenza app so that way you can request your free thermometer. Don't forget about our daily attestation that must happen. I sent out a reminder to your parents on Remind this weekend, so that way they'll be reminded to complete that each and every day. Curb Smart is our new tool that we're using to dismiss our boys and girls. So our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, this is going to be your first week actually experiencing that. On Friday, we tried it out with our buses. And so I think we got the kinks out because it looked like on Friday Friday afternoon, all of our buses were dismissed at one time. That isn't so much of a problem because we only had about 15 kids who were riding the bus. But we want to make sure that we only dismiss the buses when they get to the school. So I've made some updates in the Curb Smart app. And so it should only dismiss the buses as they arrive. So teachers continue monitoring the Curb Smart app because we're not going to call out those buses over the intercom. We're going to just do it through Curb Smart. And so boys and girls, when you see your name on the screen, that's when your teacher will dismiss you. You only get dismissed by your teacher. And teachers, make sure that you are hitting the release button as students exit your room so we'll know they're on the way. Because even at buses, they're going to mark off that those students have actually gotten onto the bus. And that'll give us a good clue as to who might have not gotten to the bus already. Parents, you should have gotten information last week and will continue to get information this week for our third, fourth, and fifth grade students with your placard for your windshield, as well as the information on creating your own Curb Smart account. Our school code is 9547. Here Comes the Bus is another way that APS is allowing our parents to be able to track and monitor when that bus is getting close to your neighborhood and when that bus is dropped off your boys and girls at school. Now, it's important to still get out to those bus stops 5 to 10 minutes early before the time that it's to arrive, because even though you're using the app, it's not foolproof. That app just only updates as your phone updates. So if you're in an area where your phone doesn't get great signal, or if your notifications don't happen like they should, you may not know until that bus has already arrived at your stop. Wednesdays is still the day that the district is giving out 7-day meal kits. That's 7 breakfasts and 7 lunch meals. And it's going to occur curbside at pickup locations listed below from 2 to 5:30 or from designated bus routes from 2 until 4:30. We've already talked about Asynchronous Wednesday. And again, be reminded, you don't have to come in for homeroom unless your teacher has told you to. Otherwise, you're going to be doing independent work assignments. You're going to be meeting your teacher during those scheduled hours that they told you to come in, where they're going to be working with you on interventions, testing, makeup work, small group work, because the building will be closed for deep cleaning. This is the final week to make your submissions for the Georgia Arbor Day and Art and Essay Contest. Information was shared in our parent newsletter, so make sure if you're making a submission that you get it in this week. Wear your mask and win free ice cream. I started talking to you last week about our new initiative starting this week. Now that we have all of our boys and girls back, you earn dojo points daily, 4 points a week for entry into a drawing. I'm going to give out 1 free ice cream per in-person class per week for wearing your mask without reminders. That means your mask is always covering your nose or mouth all the time without the teacher reminding you. At the end of the day, the teacher will award those dojo points, and then Miss Barton will deliver ice cream coupons to the class every week for the student who earned that prize. If you or your parent has been exposed or tested positive to COVID-19, there's a new student self-reporting form that your parents will complete at tinyaps.com/?COVID student form. Staff members also have the form to complete if they are exposed or test positive to COVID-19, and that's at tinyaps.com/?COVID staff form. This does not replace you still contacting the school and letting us know, or for staff contacting the principal directly and letting him know if, in fact, you've been exposed or tested positive to COVID. Boys and girls, it's important that if you've been exposed to someone who's positive for COVID, or if you test positive for COVID yourself, that you do not come to school, because we do not want to spread this contagious disease to anybody else. In order to help us with this, the district is starting a new COVID-19 surveillance testing that will happen weekly, and more information will be shared in a few. But just to know that we're going to be sending home parent consent forms this Thursday in our Thursday folders. Now, the surveillance testing isn't mandatory, but it's highly recommended. And the more of our boys and girls and staff members who participate in this surveillance testing, the safer we'll all become to make sure that we can limit the spread of COVID-19 in our schools. More information can be found at www.atlantapublicschools.us/COVID-testing. And now for a few words of wisdom. Anyone watch the news last night? There's a lot of violence in the world. Violence in our communities, our schools, our homes. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "We have flown like We have flown the air like birds and swum the sea like fish, but we have yet to learn the simple act of walking the earth like brothers. The Chinese say it in another way: all under heaven, one family. Today, as we work and study together, all under the same heaven and walking the same earth, think about this. We're all different, but we are all a part of the same human family. Remember Dr. King's words and be good to yourself and others. With something to think about, this is Mr. Sally. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
I'm very excited to talk about the district's COVID-19 comprehensive testing strategy. And as a part of that strategy, we have 4 different components. Those components involve our school-based health clinics, and I'm actually sitting in one of our school-based health clinics today at Dobbs Elementary School. The other component is with an organization called CORE. And the CORE organization offers testing at our schools, in the workplace, or even in your homes, and it's a referral-based testing option. The other option that we have is what we're calling our flagship site, and that site will be available at Douglas High School. And finally, the last component of our COVID-19 testing strategy is surveillance testing. And surveillance testing is happening in every school and every district office, and it focuses on those individuals who are asymptomatic and allows us to do that as a part of our health screening on a weekly basis. Our 5 school-based health clinics are located in Dobbs Elementary, Miles, and Hollis, as well as Toomer and King Middle School. Now, the first 3 sites do not require any reservations, and they are open during the times and dates that are listed on our website. The final 2 sites, Toomer and King, also offer COVID-19 testing, but it is requiring a reservation. So you do need to call ahead, but the team and the staff there is ready to receive you at any time. So as a part of our strategy for mitigating the spread of COVID-19 within our schools, we have a 4-step process for tracking. And those 4 steps involve, first, reporting. The second step involves tracing, or something that we call case investigation within the district. The third step is notifying, and the final step is quarantining. Now, an important part of that step that we are very excited about is the reporting piece. We have now launched an opportunity for self-reporting of COVID cases for both our students and our staff, and that is available via a link that's accessible on our website. And the information that's contained within that link goes directly to our health services for the purpose of that case investigation and our human resources team, so that we can follow up and do the proper notification in a timely manner. In the event that there is a positive case within a school, it's important to note that the district has 2 forms of notification. That notification process involves, first, notifying the school community of a positive case. That letter simply states that there is a positive case that was found within the school. It also notifies individuals that the case did not result in any contact. However, as a part of the case investigation process, if there are individuals who were deemed to be in close contact with the positive case, there is a second notification. And those individuals are provided guidance that includes a quarantine period, as well as information provided from the Georgia Department of Public Health regarding testing. And that information is sent directly to those individuals who are determined to have been impacted by that initial positive case. Atlanta Public Schools is committed to transparency in the reporting of COVID-19 within our schools and our district offices. To that end, we have redesigned our COVID-19 dashboard. The dashboard features cases of students and staff who reported as positive, as well as those who reported as exposures within a given week. Now, it's important to note that the dashboard represents a snapshot of a single week. It is not yet cumulative, but we are working on expanding the dashboard and expect to have additional information to share over the coming weeks.
This concludes the weekly announcements. Be sure to be actively engaged in your live face-to-face or virtual sessions starting at 8 a.m. daily. We are Panthers who roar, respect others, own responsibility, always safe and ready at all times.